style? Defense, dueling, great weapon, or protection? Great weapon? Are you gonna use a two-handed sword?
No, probably not. Is that something that like if you don't have that style, you can't use it? Like what's the prerequisite to use two-handed?
Oh, you can, no, you can use it, it's just that fighting style is gonna give you a bonus on it.
A bonus?
All right, guys. After missing a week, we're back. A lot of chicanery happened in the last game, the last two games. And it set you up, you completed the heist on Rosa Duccio's mansion, which turned out to be kind of a setup anyway. And you guys got your own intelligence handler murdered in the process, which puts you as free agents in a way. And you were recruited by Rosa to go and actually steal the thing that your agent thought he was recruiting you to steal, the golden orb, golden sphere. And he sent you to the ruins of Hispellum. And we left it when you were going on a shopping spree with Stefan, the captain of the guard.
Right.
And you had pretty much bought everything you wanted, including a pack mule. And we're about to head out on your way.
Awesome.
So here you are, you find yourselves at the city gates, mule in tow, and your old pal Stefan here is ready to see you off. And Stefan leans in and he tells you as you're on your way out the gate that there is at the ruins of Hispellum, the orb you're looking for, it is through the ruins, there's a gate, there's an arch. Go through the arch and it'll lead you deeper into the ruins, and it will take you down into what used to be a throne room in an underground chamber where we were told the orb resides. And before you ask, no, I don't know where that information came from. Rosa gave it to me to pass on to you.
So through the arch and downstairs.
Right.
That's easy, I can remember that. Through the arch and downstairs.
And unless you guys have any final business to conclude in Elysium before you continue out into the wilderness, heading north, I just wanted to hit you guys up about the travel pace, which you can move. It takes 3 days at a normal pace, which can be cut in half if you move faster, but you're not as perceptive of your surroundings. Or you can move slower, but it'll take more like 4.5, 5. It'll take like 5 days, but you'll be able to stealth your way north towards Hispellum, or at least you'll have a greater chance of moving undetected.
What do you guys want to do?
Regular 3 days is fine with me. If
Yeah.
you guys are good at regular pace.
It's fine with me too.
We're not carrying anything on lovely mules.
No, why don't you also lay on me, because you got a bag of holding with a lot of crap in it, and then you bought this pack mule, so like, what's going on the mule that's not going in the bag?
I'm gonna put my bag on the mule, so he's useful. I can walk faster.
I just said let's like keep some provisions on the mule. Stuff that we want to.
Yeah.
Rations and things?
Yeah, rations, things that we want rapid access to.
No, I'm gonna hold on to my bag. I don't want the mule taking off with my bag.
Yeah, no, I'm just, not that I think this is going to happen. I'm just saying if a griffin comes flying overhead and decides to snatch up your pack mule and route.
I think we should keep stuff that, like the tents and stuff, items that we don't necessarily need, but they're gonna assist us in the journey. But if we lose them, it's not gonna be a big deal.
Yeah.
Like the kind of stuff that we're probably gonna get rid of after we depart with the mule anyway.
Your camping supplies.
Yeah, like bulky camping supplies, stuff that we brought just in case or we not need. Like I'll keep the silk rope and that kind of stuff on me. Like the personal items I bought, because I don't think there's anything super heavy. But I guess like team gear, we'll keep in the.
Okay.
I might find some things on the way.
Yeah, everything I pick up at the store is pretty.
And you want to move at a normal pace, normal march. Okay. Is there going to be an order of march, or are you guys just going to move out and the technical term would be a gaggle fuck.
I think we should go for.
The gaggle fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll walk by next to the mule because I'll be petting it. Be hanging out with it.
Have you ever had to drive a mule before?
No.
It's hell. It's hell. So you depart the north gate.
I hear they're stubborn.
You depart the north gate, leaving Stefan behind. The road, as you can see, it's initially paved, like the streets in the city, but that quickly gives way to a muddy, overgrown pathway. As much as it was described to you once upon a time, it was a fairly well-traveled road when Hispellum was an active colony, but it's been defunct for decades now. So there is a visible trace of a path or a road there, but it hasn't been used in many years, and it's overgrown and muddy, and there's puddles and things like this. You begin moving away from the city. The city is disappearing behind you. The forest is growing beside you alongside the trail as you move north, and it is a bright, sunny day. Continue walking through the day without encountering anything too interesting until mid-afternoon, when what you see in a field alongside on the left-hand side is some giant stone spheres. They're about chest high, or in Coldus's case, about as tall as he can reach his halfling hands. But otherwise, it's pretty empty. Do you want to stop for lunch, I take it, or stop to eat, or do you just want to keep plowing through until you get to the campsite for the night?
Does it look like there's anything interesting about the spheres?
They're kind of off in the distance, but they look stone, covered in kind of like moss and stuff like that. Look like they've been there a while.
Is there like a village or built up around them, or like any signs of camps or anything?
No.
Up to you guys.
No, let's stop here. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop.
I'm gonna also look around to see if there's any cool plants or whatever that I could pick up for.
For Troy,
Yes.
back in
That's his
town.
name. Troy.
Okay. 1 second here. Let me pull up.
Or if there's anything I could actually pick up as well, so I can take.
Oops. Sorry, I'm just getting this map up here. And then, of course, my cursor disappears. There it is. Okay, you find a place along the trail to stop and have something to eat. Kiaris, do you want to make a investigation check?
Yes. Hold on for a second. $20.
20. Okay. You find a fistful of forest marigolds. So let's say 6 of them.
Okay.
Some juniper berries.
Juniper berries. Okay.
And you find some barisk, which is kind of like it's a bulb. You have to dig up out of the ground as you investigate, and you find all these different plants and herbs that are described in the herbalism guide that Troy gave you, and presumably would have value to him or you. The guide also tells you how you can prepare some of these plants, and they have certain medicinal effects.
Okay.
So in your rations, you know, it's nothing special. You find some bread, some cheese, things like this, and then you have your water bladders that you took with you.
Do there appear to be any like animals around, small animals or tracks or anything like that?
Why don't you go ahead and make a investigation check also there, or
19. 19.
okay. Searching around the area, you find some paw prints in the mud, and what you recognize these from some previous experiences you've had back in the old kingdoms, and they are paw prints belonging to an owl bear, pretty big one too.
An owl bear.
An owl bear, yeah. You would know what an owl bear is. It's a creature that, as the name implies, it's like a big owl bear. You want to see a picture of it?
Yes, I'll see.
To give you an idea.
So it's gonna be bigger than the bear that the last time, the regular bear?
About the same size. It's like it's a pretty good sized creature, good sized critter. Oh shit. Sorry. There he is. That's what an owl bear looks like.
Oh wow, okay.
Has a flat kind of owl face and a beak, big claws, and no one really knows the origins of the owl bear. They think it's some people say that it's the result of some sort of magical chicanery or shenanigans that took place, some sort of wizard screwing around, creating different types of animals. But it's a common enough creature that I think all of you would be familiar with what it is. All right, hand that over. Stop being in the system, you.
So I'm gonna use some of my leftover rations, like from lunch, and I'm gonna make some bait, and I'm gonna set a trap while we're hanging out here.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find.
I mean, are you guys gonna hang around here?
Well,
or are you setting it
simultaneously while she's looking for flowers?
Or are you setting it for later? Because presumably there's one road leading north-south to Hispellum, so I mean you would come back this way.
Right.
Assuming you survive.
Yeah. I definitely want to keep the trap. What am I with the trap here? But if we're gonna be here for like eating lunch for like a couple hours, or if we're gonna go venture into the orbs, then I would lay the trap down with some bait.
Well, we still have a few days to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are laying a trap?
No, I'm not gonna lay a trap.
All right. At this point, it's about 2 p.m. It's pretty hot out. Do you wish to continue?
What do you want? You guys want to take a nap until later?
I say let's trek on through.
All right.
Because what time do you guys want to turn in and set up camp?
I'm tired. Do we have much further to go?
Do you want to sit on the mule?
Okay.
That was persuasive.
I'm gonna get up on the mule. Somebody give me a boost.
I'm just gonna pick you up by your cloak.
No, stop! Art! Damn it!
On the donkey mule, whatever. And then I'm just gonna take my trap and I'm gonna throw it in your lap and say, hold on to this.
Alright, why don't you go ahead and make a animal handling check? I mean, that is a skill on here, isn't it? Or something like that? Animal handling, yeah.
18 plus 2.
Yeah, plus your wisdom.
Very good.
Plus 2.
Okay, so you grab the donkey by his bite, and he recognizes your sage wisdom when it comes to animal handling, and he follows along.
Yeah, but your halfling handling skills suck.
Not the same animal.
Okay. You're continuing through the wilderness. Some of the areas become forested. Other areas are open plains, gently rolling terrain that's pretty easy to navigate. Do you want to continue to camp at night?
Yeah, we should try to find some place that looks like defendable. Higher ground or rocks, it kind of make a little like natural defense, or someplace that looks concealed.
Okay, so night comes along. You guys bury yourselves in the thicket, like maybe over in this area or something. Find some defensible position with your backs to the rocks. I'll let you guys figure that out, and we're decide where you want to make camp.
So it's all rocks on this side? Is that what it is?
It's rocky. It looks like you have paths going this way and that way. But burying yourself somewhere in here would probably be more defensible than just camping out on that path.
Like, does this path here, does that actually go somewhere, or is it just like a little cove kind of?
It appears that it goes around a thicket of trees and merges back into one.
But this is the main road or trail that we're on now. This looks like a smaller one.
Correct.
Well, this one looks a little thinner, so if we can't get up in there, I say that we kind of go in this little side trail and just we can use the caltrops and the bear trap to kind of block both ways, and then we can kind of push into the side here and try to get in the bush with the mule.
Okay, go ahead and place your miniatures where you want them.
So we'll do.
Hey Jack, can you turn, is there a way to drop the lights a little bit?
Yes, there is, in fact.
But like I'm picking up, I have glare, so.
And then over here it seems for the same width, the trail over on this side, we'll put the bear trap.
Oh yeah, you have your bear trap.
Yeah, put the trap there, and then I'll sprinkle some of the caltrops or whatever on both sides of it, and then on this side as well.
How do it look? Do we still look good? Light still?
Give it a minute before I.
Plate armor and shield.
You have a gentle
Plate armor.
golden glow, Dave.
Full plate.
Yeah, scale.
Scale? Well, you don't want full plate?
No, scale. It's like, what is it, Mylar? No, Mylar.
Okay, so you
That'd
have
look fine.
camped for the night, you put out a trap, and you put the caltrops down over on that other area?
Like we lined, like there's some sprinkled here and there, not as many, and then on this side.
Okay. And you're making a fire tonight, or are you going to just rough it out there?
Is it really cold?
No, it's not.
I think we're good with the
No need for fire.
without a fire. Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys going to put out a watch tonight? Is there going to be a guard rotation?
What time is it at this point?
It's still early. It's probably like 8:30 at night.
I mean, we can. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. Been traveling all day. I hate it out here.
You've been sitting on a mule all day.
It's not easy.
I'm gonna take, I'm also gonna take some, anyone have any string or anything like that?
Do you want to borrow some of my rope? The silk rope?
Don't be too thick. Fishing kit, so I'll take some fishing line from the fishing kit. And I have a bell. And I'm gonna string the bell, on this end of the trail, since it's like, there's not as much defense with the caltrops and our traps over there. So just some fishing line with the bell on it. At
Okay.
like knee, shin height. Yeah.
I'm just gonna bring the camera up a little bit so that people can see you guys and where you're at. All right, what's the guard rotation?
What's the what?
The guard rotation.
I would say I should take
Definitely.
middle.
I can go first then.
Actually, let's do this.
I'll take middle.
What's the cloud cover?
It's a little overcast tonight.
It's overcast, so the moon isn't gonna be. You don't think there'll be any moon around midnight or
I mean, at the moment, there's not. It's definitely not full illumination.
no?
You can see the clouds, blowing around in the sky, heading kind of east to west. I mean, I couldn't tell you what it's
No.
gonna look like in a few hours.
I'll take middle.
Middle. And I'll take first. I'm just trying to, because I have the night vision, so I'm trying to get the darkest part of the night. Does anyone else have night vision?
Oh well, how long are we gonna do it? I mean, how long are we gonna do it for? We should
For dark vision.
let's just do it for like an hour each and rotate, or 2 hours each and then rotate. If Kiris takes the first watch for like 2 hours, and then I'll take the second one, or an hour, and then I'll take the second watch, and then you take the third watch.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of have night vision, so.
Okay, so
So
just
First watch,
I will
second
go
watch, third
first.
watch.
okay. Okay, so
Let me know when it's my turn for watch.
so you guys are bedding down. Kiaris, you're gonna stand guard.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a perception check?
8 plus perception plus 4 plus.
Okay. You hear something scuttling around out in the shrubs, out in the bushes nearby, over in this area.
Okay.
It could be animals.
Could be anything. So the trap is laid over here, right? I'm gonna just slowly kind of trek. Can I get onto the rocks and just kind of? Is it a higher?
You can climb up over the rocks. Yeah.
Okay. But at a higher elevation than everything, I'm guessing. Not
Yes.
higher, but
Yes.
So I'm gonna look down. Do I see?
You're looking down on the trees, some of the shrubs.
Right. Is there anything?
What hops out of the shrubs is a little squirrel, and when you look at it, there's immediately something weird about it. And it's probably
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's
Go
okay.
ahead.
The squirrel is wearing a red vest, and it has a pipe in its hand, and it's smoking the pipe. And it looks up and it sees you, and it's like, what the? And it turns around, he scurries away very quickly.
Like out of sight, I can't chase it right now.
You could, but I mean, you don't even know
I don't
where
even
the
know
where
where
the hell it went.
All right. I'm gonna continue to stand up there to see if I can. I just saw a talking squirrel, or
You stand guard the rest of your shift, but you don't see or hear anything else. The wind is howling through the trees. You can hear the trees creak in the breeze as they sway back and forth, and the leaves rustling. But you don't hear or see anything that implies either approaching animals or something worse.
all right. Okay, so then I'm gonna walk on over to Combustion. I'm gonna wake him up. So I think I took too long of a walk, but I saw a squirrel with a red vest and a pipe.
Did you eat any of those plants that you found today?
Not maybe my hands, but no. Keep an eye out if there's anything weird going on. Call me if you need me.
Okay. I wait about 10 or 15 minutes till she's asleep. I go wake up Woodard. Woodard, it's your turn.
Maybe deception check.
Oh, my dice. I didn't bring my dice. I have it. Hold on. 2. Plus 3. 5.
5. Lord, you're not totally convinced. You're wondering what the hell Combustion is trying to tell you right now.
I'm just gonna brush them off and roll back over with my bear cloak and just kind of wrap it around my head.
Ooh, I forgot about your bear cloak. But yes.
Fine. I look for some place that's like kind of sheltered from the breeze. And sit and pout.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
3. Plus. Yeah, 3. 3. I miss.
Okay, you also hear some scurrying in the bushes and the trees over in this area.
Where am I? I'm over there. Okay, I'm gonna walk over there, but not like when I kind of keep my distance a little bit, but just like look around to see if I can see anything. Hello?
You're gonna walk over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
Where's everybody sleeping? Over here or over there?
In here.
We're sleeping over
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Hello? Is there a squirrel in there with a pipe and a red vest?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
14. 15.
Something stops on one of the tree branches, freezes for a moment, and then scurries right up the tree.
Fine, if you want to be that way. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. I don't care if you're a squirrel with a red vest or a green vest. Nobody smokes pipes anyway. It's ridiculous. Who smokes a pipe? It's fine.
Now it's just quiet.
You know, where I'm from, you always offer, if you have a pipe that you're smoking at night and it's quiet, you always offer somebody else a smoke because they just have to sit there and do nothing while everybody else sleeps. This sucks.
Breaking the dead silence, you hear a little voice. Fuck off, pal.
Well, fuck you. Your little pipsqueak voice.
You hear some more scurrying, and whatever that was, it disappears off into the bushes.
I'm glad you didn't come down here and talk. Probably boring anyway. You don't know anything.
The rest of your shift goes by uneventfully.
Thank God. I kick Colbus. Now it's your turn. I stomp it and turn in.
I'm gonna get up, put on my armor and everything else, my bear cloak. I'm gonna go over to the donkey and pet him, see how he's doing.
The donkey, okay.
The mule.
The mules, they sleep on their feet, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just chilling there, quiet, content.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna walk around the camp and just check on everything. Checking the bell, checking the traps.
Perimeter patrol.
Little perimeter,
Okay.
yeah.
Make a intelligence check.
Intelligence check. 14. Should be 13.
Cold is back here.
13.
Okay, all of your traps, your caltrops, your bear trap, your fishing line, it all seems in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm just gonna go find a nice spot, like on one of these rocks in the higher ground here. Sort of move up and kind of just take a seat and look around using my dark vision.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
5.
What's
So
up?
it'll be 9. 5.
Yeah.
9.
You don't see or hear anything that could be described as suspicious. You do notice how the wind blows a lot of the cloud cover away by this point at night, and there is a bit more illumination from the moon, from moonlight. But otherwise, your shift goes by uneventfully.
Okay. So I guess when I sort of see the sun come up, I wake them up.
So you guys have been asleep for like 6 hours. There's probably, as far as nighttime is concerned, there's probably like another one and a half shifts left.
Okay.
But we'll just say you guys pulled them and nothing else happens, nothing interesting, and daylight breaks.
I'm hungry.
When the daylight breaks, I'm just gonna start collecting up the traps, taking the fishing line and the bell back, patting the donkey, sort of wake the donkey up, or the mule.
I'm gonna sleep in.
Is there anything for me to pick up, tree-wise, plant-wise?
Go
Anything
ahead and make another investigation check.
16 plus 1, 17.
17.
Yep.
You find some lilac flowers. We'll say we'll say 3 lilac flowers. These are also described in Troy's herbalism guide.
Nothing else?
No, that appears to be it.
While I'm waiting for everybody to wake up, I'm gonna make a paste out of the barracks plant for future use.
You're going to what?
Make a paste for it, and I'll just hold it for later.
Okay, I think you have time for that.
You're making a base?
Paste.
Oh, paste.
You should be able to make, what would that be, like an arcana check? I'm still getting the hang of all these ability checks, sorry guys.
Is there an herb?
There's a nature.
Nature or medicine, maybe even.
Medicine?
Yeah.
You make a nature or a medicine check, whichever you have more benefit with.
Medicine. Oh wait, where'd it go? 8 plus 4, 12.
Okay, you're able to turn 2 of the plants into the paste.
Okay. Actually, I don't even think I have lilac on here.
Alright, are you guys moving out
Mm-hmm.
along the road? Okay. So, you head out. Oh, let me just make sure that it's framed again. I think it looks fine. Okay, so you guys head out on the trail. Go ahead and all of you together go ahead and make another perception check.
14.
11.
13.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is about 9 in the morning, second day into your journey, and as you're walking down the overgrown road heading north, you see what looks sort of like a choke point, as there's these 2 elevated rocky areas on either side of the trail. And on the road in between that choke point, are a couple dead horses. There's flies buzzing all around the cadavers.
Do they look like they died naturally, or were put there, like killed and put there, or
You're too far away to tell.
you know? Well, I guess one of us could walk up. I get the donkey.
Okay, I'll go check it out.
All right, Colbus, you moving? Where are you moving?
I'm gonna go over here into the shadow and stealth around, staying close to the rock. But also looking for any holes in the rock, like for any any burrows or anything like that that might be in the cliff face there.
So you're looking in the rock.
Do what?
Uh,
Well, I mean, I'm checking this area to make sure that nothing grabs me, but I'm looking over here too. I hate the outdoors. Why can't we be in a city?
Okay. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Investigation. Can do a perception.
Sure.
That's yours. Where's mine? Okay.
Not really understanding.
Damn. 8. I've had one roll above 10 this game so far.
Okay. So you don't notice anything out of the ordinary on the cliff face. You can see the horses look like they've been killed recently. There's just blood spilled.
How, I mean, obviously I'm not like an outdoors person, but I've seen dead bodies before. Like, have they been rent or stabbed or mauled or what? How does it look like they've died?
Like bashed open almost.
Like bashed open?
Like a blunt instrument.
Like squished them or something?
There's a few gouge marks, in them too. Like,
Are there any like big footprints or anything like that in the area or around them?
you'd have to take a walk around, get a little bit closer to wherever it is you're looking at, because you're over up like by the rocks, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep sneaking around this way then, being very careful.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Okay. 20.
Okay. You definitely see footprints in the road, and as you're standing there, you see coming around the bend here is a huge ogre. And he's just ugly as fuck, warts all over his face, and he's dragging a dead boar behind him, and he's sniffing the air. And he starts kind of like looking around, but he doesn't see you because you're just hidden so well inside the crevices of the rock face.
Can we see any of this from where we are?
You can see this thing moving from, because he kind of towers over the corpses, the cadavers of those horses. So, I mean, you can see him. You can see he has this huge, like, stone axe in one hand.
So, what I'm gonna do when I see this is I'm just gonna quietly, I'm gonna like turn Donkey around and I'm gonna bring him under the brush here and I'm gonna like kind of pet him and tell him to stay quiet even though I know he can't understand.
Okay,
what I'm saying.
move him over.
And then I'm gonna tie him up and hide him up, and I'm going to put, out of reach of his tether, I'm going to put down the bear trap, and I'm gonna put caltrops around him and kind of cover him up in brush, and then I'm gonna proceed to kind of
Make another animal handling check.
Really love that animal.
Yeah, I gotta make sure he's safe. What's that? Is that the
9.
9? 9
Plus one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
11.
Okay. Oh, you get the mule over there. You get him tied up, but he's nervous. Like he smells or he sees something in the air. He smells death in the air. He's like, He's not comfortable at all.
Let me see here. Okay. I'm going to take some, just give me 1 second here.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm gonna take some soap. And some of my water. I'm just gonna go like a spare set of socks or something from my pack. I'm gonna take some water and soap it up and kind of droop it on his nose, and I'm gonna try to calm down again. I'm gonna try to use the soap to cover the smell.
Okay, that's gonna be your next turn.
Okay.
Kiaris, are you doing anything?
Oh, since I can see him, I'm gonna just sneak up on the back side of the rocks over here, but I can still see Coldus, right?
Okay, you're crossing his line of sight, so you're gonna have to make a stealth check to get over there.
Okay. Let's hope I do it. 17.
Okay.
See this old dude.
Let me see what this. Ogres are not known for being smart. Yeah. He's not perceptive at all.
All right.
Their passive perception is 8. So you successfully sneak. You get down low and kind of duck walk your way over there to the cliffs, and you get behind some rocks. Meanwhile, the ogre comes barreling over, and he just takes the boar by one hoof, just and throws it down the pile of the other dead animals. And you're like, and he's still smelling the air like that, like just snorting. You can see, you guys both have a closer look at him now. You can see he's wearing some kind of like fur tunic. He has a bag on his side, and it looks like it's made out of skin, and who knows what type of skin.
I've got a plan.
Colbus, it's your turn. You
How
guys
far
are
is-
unobserved thus far.
How far is he from me?
Where's our handy dandy ruler? It's like 40 feet away.
It's 40 feet.
30?
30?
Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I mean 4. So that's 20 feet away. Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna creep back towards Kiaris.
Okay, where are you going?
She's here. I'm gonna walk like back this way. When I see her, if we make eye contact, I'm gonna go.
I definitely saw that.
Well, move. You can move take your movement.
Okay,
Just
so
move where you actually want to go.
To here. It's gonna be 25 feet.
Okay.
However far I
Make
can.
another stealth check.
20. Natural 20 plus 7, so 27.
Okay, so you successfully.
I'm gonna skip to her like in the shadows.
You creep back unobserved. The ogre is pawing through these corpses, these animal bodies. You probably don't even want to know what the hell he's doing over there. But you successfully make it back to Kiaris' position. You are soaping up the mule.
Yes.
Soaping up the mule.
Well, no, I'm gonna try to calm the donkey down before I leave one more time. And then I'm gonna head up the hill.
Okay. Make another animal handling check. Animal. Yeah, this donkey's not calming down. He just knows there's death in the air, and he's not happy at all.
Okay, well now Lord Ar's just getting like pissed because he's pissed there's an ogre. He's pissed the donkey won't shut up. He's pissed that everyone else is hiding. So he's just gonna walk up the hill staying in the tree line. And how far can I move in one turn?
You can move, you can take like 6 inches unless you did an action so you can't use your dash. So yeah, you can move to about where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna move up right there.
Okay. Kind of heading into the tree line.
Yeah.
Okay. Kiaris?
I'm gonna look at Colbus. What do you think we should do? Take on this dude, or?
I have a plan.
Oh Jesus.
I'm gonna sneak out to the middle of the road.
You're doing this now, or are you describing the plan?
No,
I was like, yeah. Do you want to tell me your plan?
I'm gonna try and sneak across the road. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak across the road.
Okay, that's on your turn. Right now it's Kiaris'.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a plan.
Do you want to tell me what your plan is?
Yeah, I'm gonna, I think that R would really, really have fun with this. So I'm going to, I don't know, just bring that big ugly thing over to R.
All right, I'll just wait here.
Okay.
All right, Colbus, you want to execute your plan?
Yeah, well, I'm going to sneak it over here because I only have like 25 feet of movement. So I'm going to execute my plan in 2 parts. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm going to execute my plan in 2 parts. No, this is good. So I sneak across there and I go, "Hey, asshole!"
The ogre has been like tearing at the skin, like skinning these horses with his bare hands. You just hear a ripping of flesh. And he looks up and he looks over and he spots you. And he starts, you can see his eyes get wide. His like pupils are dilating. And this guy can move 40 feet. He
So
just
I'm going to use my action.
takes off towards you.
I'm gonna use my action to dash another 25 feet and run into the wood line near R. Like,
Okay.
all my little 2-foot body.
You go over difficult terrain, so you're going to lose some movement. You're going to get over to about here, I think, because what you were here. And you
And that's
have,
the hill, yeah.
how much movement do you have?
25.
So yeah, you can get to like right here.
Can I do like an acrobatics check to get over that? To like dive into the woods?
That would be an additional action.
Okay.
But you do get up the cliff face. It's like not a super tall cliff, so you at that point, so you get up there. And this ogre's just like barreling towards you.
Is he big and clumsy?
He is big and dumb and clumsy.
Alright, well, obviously I'm going to be seeing this happening. And my plan of going over here and jumping and throwing lamp oil on him and letting him on fire is pretty much shot. So I'm going to sprint the other way. I'm going to sprint like around while they're going this way, while the ogre's chasing. And then I'm gonna kind of come up here and try to...
Are you asshole? You were supposed to fight him!
Yeah, so there. And then I'm gonna be yelling to you. Can I yell?
Sure, you can yell. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my pen. I'm not going to have you guys roll initiative because we're already have an order.
Like, do you have any fire spells?
I do.
You can light fire.
You have a fire spell too.
Do I?
Yes.
I don't know what my new ability.
You have
is.
Searing Strike.
I have Searing Strike. So that's like a flaming sword.
Mm-hmm. You have Wrathful Strike. You have Divine Smite. You have Channel Divinity, Conquering Presence, and Guided Strike. So
Searing Strike, I have a
So
fire sword.
you're yelling across the road to Kiara's?
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know yet. Maybe not. I have a Searing Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I initiate this? I just...
On your it's just a bonus action.
Yeah, this is about as much as you can do on one turn.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to do it now if I have fire. So I'll just be in here with the ogre. The ogre is like right here or right here.
He's right where I placed him.
Right there. So we're here, kind of. where I was there. Okay, I'm gonna like come up because there's elevation here
Okay.
with my lamp oil, just all of it, and I'm just gonna chuck my lamp oil like onto him.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check. What is that one? 6.
Nothing. 6.
You throw the lamp and it goes over his shoulder and it smashes behind him on the road.
Yeah.
It leaves a little oil slick back there.
Good to back him up. Does that mean it's me?
Well,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
can I do a yelling action before my turn's over?
I think you've pretty much used up whatever you can do.
Well, I mean, I see what you're doing. I think you're gonna try to light that shit. I'm assuming.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna do Sacred Flame, my cantrip,
Okay.
and then I'm going to my range is 60 feet. You have to succeed in the target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Oh, but I'm just gonna kind of like hit it towards his feet, I guess, towards his like, so it lights the flame. I mean the oil too. So I don't have to be active.
Okay. So you're firing your spell off,
Yeah.
and I don't think you have to roll for it, do you?
No, it's a cantrip. So I mean, not that I don't roll for it, but no,
Okay.
it doesn't say to roll.
So you fire off your spell, it sets the oil on fire,
Oh, there's
and it lights a fire right behind him.
Oh, you were so prepared.
I know. I'm a super dedicated DM, I told you. I painted a pack mule for you guys for this game.
Super duper.
Okay, that ends your turn, Kiaris, and now we are to Mr. Kolbus.
Nobody is. Okay, I'm gonna shoot at him with a short bow.
Sorry, I'm just getting some pictures here. Alright, go ahead and roll your attack, Mr. Kolbus. Do you need a d20 there?
You have like 6 here.
Okay. 15 plus 5, so 20.
Hits. Roll your damage, sir. This is a short bow?
Yeah, short bow. 1d6 plus 3. Can I see your d6?
Oh.
5 plus 3 is 8.
Alright, the arrow plunges into the ogre's chest. It is a short bow and a rather large ogre. He's like, and reaches down and just kind of breaks it off and leaves the head in his chest. The ogre is now moving forward, and let's see, he has 40 feet. He climbs up over the cliff, gets up on top, and he takes a swing at Orlar with his axe. Let's see here.
He's not gonna hit
Oh, you don't think so?
you. No.
15 plus 6, 21.
That's rough.
$11 points of damage, or
11 points of damage.
he just swings that club and he just broadsides you with it.
So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Go down to 15.
Alright, there we are.
Okay.
So that ends his turn, and now it's your turn, R.
Okay, so Searing Strike is fire, it's 1d6. Wrathful Strike, when it hits, he has to make a wisdom saving throw or he becomes frightened.
Yeah.
And then he suffers disadvantage on every attack. Divine Smite is an additional 2d8. Wrathful is also an additional 1d6. And then,
And I would point out, you guys know enough about ogres to know that they don't have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
yeah. And then Guided Strike is your plus to the hit, which you probably don't need. That's your channeling divinity. And the Conquering Presence also elicits fear, which your Wrathful Strike kind of does the same. Conquering Presence is more like, generally more for like a group setting.
Right. Okay. That's like a passive.
Well, it's not really a passive, but you channel divinity and you have this presence, and everybody who's within the line of sight of you, they don't even have to be able to see you or be looking at you, but if they're within your line of sight, then they become frightened, or they have to roll against save to become frightened. But Wrathful Strike, with Wrathful Strike, Wrathful Smite, next time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your attack deals an extra 1d6 psychic. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you until the spell ends. As an action, the creature can make a wisdom check against your spell save DC to steal or resolve. Frightened. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of the fear is within line of sight.
Okay.
So he'll become afraid of you, but if he's within line of sight of you, then he is at disadvantage against everything he does or with everything he does, and he cannot move closer to you. He's afraid of you, so he won't move towards you.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do the Wrathful Strike with my longsword. Is there a bonus in longsword?
+5 attack, and it's 1d8 plus 3.
1d8 plus 3. Okay. 1d8 plus
So roll your. Is it you're casting a spell?
It's a attack.
It's a strike. I think it's a bonus action. I think it's a bonus. It's just like it's a melee attack. Casting time is the bonus action,
Oh, I got
and so he can use his bonus action before he rolls the attack.
casting it on his sword.
Casting it, as a strike, and then his attack.
Okay, I'm
is-
tracking. Okay,
yeah.
go ahead and roll your attack. Or
Let's see here. I'm gonna use a hard surface. Just
Sure.
this one. I got 12
+5.
plus 5.
17.
that hits.
17.
Roll your damage.
Let me see. 1d8.
And it casts fear on him as long as he's in line of sight.
He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's 1d8 plus
It's 1d8 plus 3 plus 1d6.
1d8. So I got
8, 11, and then roll a d6. The d6 is the bonus. That's it for the bonus damage.
4.
So 15 points of damage.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and then he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
He made the wisdom saving throw, so he's not scared. But I mean, you slashed him across the chest pretty good. He's bleeding now. He's bleeding across his chest. But he looked a little confused by when that spell dissipated on him. But he's not afraid. It hasn't instilled fear in him.
I'm not afraid.
Or Kiaras.
I'm gonna move up, I guess, towards behind the flame still, but I'm gonna take the grappling hook and I'm gonna toss it over, like I guess over your shoulder, so hopefully you could grapple onto him.
Okay.
Nice.
Make a dexterity check.
4. Damn it. 4 plus. What's my dexterity? 2, 5.
Are you caffeinated?
I'm getting that.
5.
I'm working on it.
5. All right. You wind up the grappling hook and toss it up over the flames, up onto the cliff, but it lands at his feet.
Where does it land? At his feet?
At his feet, yeah.
But like, does it go over his shoulder or just like to the side of him or behind him?
It just lands right to the side of him.
Okay.
Anything else you're doing? I think because you still have some movement left.
Well, I moved forward
Right.
behind it.
Well, I'm just asking
Yeah,
if there's anything
no,
else you
that's
want to do. Okay.
They wanted to make him
Coldest.
but
Okay.
how many inches is what was the?
You have 40 feet of movement.
I have 25 feet of movement.
Okay. This guy has 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what's the inches
Every
to
inch is
movement?
5 feet, is it?
1 inch is 5 feet.
Yes.
1 inch is 5 feet. Okay, so. Okay, so using my diminutive yet tactical superior size, I'm going to grab the grappling hook, weave a figure 8 through his legs, so it's like I can move through.
Yeah,
this,
you're a little guy.
Yeah, I can move through the space of a larger creature, and try to connect the grappling hook right in his groin.
You're not bringing it back on itself. You're trying to like actually put the spike into his beanbag.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a
But
dexterity.
that's after a little,
Right.
like a little, and I'm like, Karis, watch this.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
4 plus, what's my, yeah, that's horrible. How can I roll a 4?
Plus your modifier.
Plus 5, so 9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay. You managed to wrap that rope through his legs, and he's just kind of like clawing at you. These guys are not very bright. But he skirts out of the way before you're able to actually hook the grapple into his ball bag.
Okay.
As it were.
Yeah, so I think that's probably,
Okay. Ogre looks at you rather annoyed and takes a swing at you now, Coldus.
oh wait, would that be an attack? I guess that's not an attack. Okay, alright, cool. Alright.
If you had sunk the grapple into his balls, I would have issued some damage.
Oh, I was talking about it as an attack roll, but that's fine. Okay, so he's gonna, alright, so he's gonna take a swing at me?
Yes.
Bring that shit.
5 plus 6, 11.
Nope, misses.
So he takes a big hack through, and it sinks into the grass next to you. He's not moving anywhere, or it's your turn.
So while his fucking hammer is pegged into the ground, I'm gonna jump up on it with Searing Strike and just come right down on him.
Right on his dome?
Yeah, with Searing Strike.
Okay, roll an
And I'm
attack.
fucking pissed and I'm yelling. So Searing Strike, let's do this. Where am I? There it is. Alright. So 11 plus 5, 16.
Hits.
And then it's going to be a D8 plus a D6.
D8 plus 3.
8 plus 3, 9, 10, 11.
Plus 1d6.
Plus 12, 13.
Okay, and it causes him to ignite into flames.
So 13 and flames.
Now, at the start of each of its turns, until the spell ends, the target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 fire damage. On a successful save, the spell ends.
How much damage on a failed save?
1d6 on a failed save.
Okay, gotcha. Just writing that down. Okay. Or you swung that sword down and it just opened a huge gash down the side of his face. You actually like cut half of his nose off.
Oh.
He's cauterized, so.
Yeah, that sucks.
And he bursts into flames. Some spontaneous
That's cool.
spontaneous ogre combustion taking place. And now it is Kiaris' turn.
I'm going to, since it's weaved into his feet, I'm gonna start yanking it, hopefully tripping him off. You weaved it through his legs, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not really a sleight of hand, but why don't you just make a dexterity check?
20.
All right, you pull on that rope, and it just is all tangled up around his ankles, and you just see this guy like, oh, like Jack and the Beanstalk, goes end over end off the cliff, and just lands in a heaping, fiery pile. And let's see, I have it on here actually somewhere for like improvised damage. Yeah, I think 1d10 is acceptable.
What's a 10? Is this a 10? Is this a 10?
Yeah, good. Yes, you had it in your hand. That was it. Go ahead and roll that.
2.
Okay. But he is in the prone position also, and he's back down on the road. Colbus.
Nobody's within range.
I don't understand why this thing stops playing on its own. Okay. What is up, Colbus?
Okay. I'm gonna. How high is that cliff?
It's 4 or 5 feet.
Okay. So it's pretty high for me. I'm gonna run to the edge of the cliff and Kiaris, watch me, and do a front flip off the cliff with my rapier and come down on top of them.
Okay, roll an attack with advantage because you have the high ground.
3 and 14 plus 5, 19.
Okay, hits.
Yeah.
Roll your damage.
1d8 plus 3. 8.
All right, so you come flying off the cliff, frontward somersault right down on his chest. Oh, right down on his chest. Drive that rapier in, into his chest. He lets out a gasp of air. It was 8 points, you said?
8 points. Kiaris, did you see that?
And are you make a dexterity check to see if you're able to maintain your footing or not.
Can I make acrobatics?
Yes.
9.
All right. After you get that sword lodged into him,
Mm-hmm.
you trip forward and you actually roll through the flames. You're not hurt, but you fumbled. You stumbled a little bit.
I meant to do that, Kiaris.
Just gonna pick you up with your cape through your cape.
Okay. Now the ogre gets up to his feet. And he swings at Kiaris through the flames.
He's still on fire.
Yes, and so he'll take damage at the end of his turn.
Everyone.
We'll see if he does. Sort of 13.
Miss.
He just waves that axe through the flames, and the flames kind of whoosh away for a second. And you're able to just kind of take a half step back, and it misses you. And then he has to do his saving throw. What kind of, does it specify what type of saving throw or just?
Constitution.
Constitution, okay. And his constitution is +3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he makes it.
Well, actually, what is it? No,
12.
No, his spell save DC is 13.
Ah, okay, good. So he takes an additional 1d6. 2. No, I'll re-roll it because we're on the full one before. Shouldn't do that. 5. Okay. This guy looks hurt. Like he's on fire. Half of his nose is cut off. He looks pretty wore down at this point, but he's still alive. He's still in the fight. And now it is ours turn.
I'm just gonna cut behind them and I'm gonna try to slice his head off with searing strike again, my long sword.
All right, Shinobi.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you have?
Or
Let me see. I just want to make sure because I think it takes how many spell? Oh, you can use it because you have how many spell slots? 3. So yeah, you've only used one so far, because I don't think. Oh,
That was
Raffles might.
Is that one? Yeah.
So you used two, so you've got one more, yeah.
One more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could just. It's already fire. I'll just do a normal strike with my long sword. Which one here? There it is. So I have 18 plus 5, and then D8. Alright, 6 plus 1 D8. So I have 3. Or that's 3 plus 3, so 6.
Mhm.
And then, okay, so 10.
So, wait, was that your attack roll?
Yeah. Just
10.
regular.
10 total?
10 damage.
Wait.
It was 18
Okay, gotcha.
plus 5, so it's.
All right, Lord R takes a running gallop right off the side of the cliff, comes spinning right past the ogre, and swings his sword, and he lands on the other side of the flames right next to Colbus. And a second later, you see the ogre's head just like roll back and fall off of its body, and blood spurting up into the air as the corpse falls down to its knees, decapitated and dead.
And then R is just gonna be like, we saved the donkey.
I'm gonna brush myself off. Go collect up my rapier and see if he's got any bits or baubles on him. Any.
He has that leather pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
10.
You have a creeping suspicion that the satchel, the little bag on his side, is made of human skin. It's pink and smooth, although it's dirty. It was hemmed, rendered by this ogre. Inside the pouch, when you look in, it looks like a bunch of like skulls and bones. Some of them are human, some of them are animal.
I'd dump it out to see if there's anything interesting in there.
Okay. I'm gonna make this interesting for us, and I'm just gonna roll on one of those magical tables
Noise.
that are down here somewhere. I really should bookmark them.
Here we go.
I have my little D100 here. You find a potion of greater healing inside the pouch.
Excellent. And that's it? I don't find anything else?
Nothing of any value to you.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of like skulls and bones and shit like that.
Well, that was easy. You guys ready?
You guys hungry?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'm gonna walk over and take the boar that he just caught, and I'm gonna throw it into the fire, and let's just see if we could cook off some of that boar.
Wow. Okay.
I'll just wait for a little while.
So you're gonna put the boar inside the fire, and in short order, it turns into a crispy critter.
Like, non-edible?
I mean, it's
that's not-
burning inside an oil fire.
I should have thought about this better. Sorry, guys.
I'm just gonna pocket one of the
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to criticize, but I don't think that's how it's done.
Write it down on your.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's animal, stuff isn't my thing.
How long are you gonna leave this boar inside the fire?
Well, if we're not gonna eat it, since we still have rations. I mean,
Hey, R, do you want another coat?
Not this one. Oh wait, for the boar? The boar's burned, isn't it?
The ogre is wearing some kind of like.
R, I was
fur
just
coat.
kidding. Please don't. Can we just go before R starts
I'm also gonna grab the ogre head.
carrying a horse?
The head of the ogre?
Yeah.
Okay, it probably weighs like 15 pounds or something like that.
I'm
It's
gonna
pretty,
put it
it's
on a
pretty
mule.
heavy in of itself.
I'm gonna put on a mule.
Okay.
poor mule.
I'm gonna go collect I'm gonna take the traps, stow the traps, I'm gonna put the head. I'm gonna shake out the blood like what I can. Like different angles, like trying
It's
to.
not a magic 8-ball.
I'm gonna get the trap stowed, calm the donkey down, show the donkey the head. and then put it in the donkey or on the donkey.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do before moving on from the slaughter fest here on the road?
Not for me. I've got
Oh,
everything.
well, let's search these horses. Do they look like they had saddles or anything on them? Any saddles?
No, they don't.
Just wild horses?
Yeah, maybe wild horses or domesticated horses that escaped. It's kind of hard to tell. The horses are also just like they're literally torn apart by the ogre's hands. Like it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, when I walk the donkey by the horses, I'm gonna cover his eyes with my cloak.
Probably a smart move, actually. Okay, so
Nobody wants the ogre's axe or anything?
that axe, I mean, you could presumably take it, but it probably
probably
also
really big.
weighs like 50 pounds.
Yeah, it's okay. Alright. I'm pretty good.
Okay, so you guys are moving on?
Yeah.
All right, so you move along the road, and for the rest of the day, you don't see anything really interesting.
Oh, we should take a rest so that you have your stuff back too when we get. I guess we can wait.
You want to take like a short rest or something?
I think he needs a long rest, but we can wait. Yeah.
You want to continue?
Because I got the damage, I got 15. Just real quick, I see a question.
What's up?
Can you explain to me again the difference, like, the armor? How is that protecting me?
That when they roll an attack roll, they have to roll at least a 21. They have to roll at least with their roll and their damage and their bonus. They have to get a 21 to hit you.
Oh, I see.
So it makes it much harder for like it's going to be very hard for anybody to hit you.
Yeah.
Like he got lucky with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, because he got like 19?
I think he got 16 plus 5, so he just
Yeah.
barely got you. But they're gonna have, yeah, and then you also remember you have lay on hands, so you can heal yourself for 15 hit points, and then you recover. Yeah, you recover that after a long rest. I think lay on hands.
So I just like touch myself like Queen, like this. I just do.
Yeah, you just touch yourself.
Oh yeah. little hat tip. Like go up your toes. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, mind you, I took my grappling hook back from.
And take your recover your gear.
Yeah.
Okay. So you continue along the path. You don't see anything else very interesting that day, the rest of the day, and then night begins to fall. And it's time for you to decide whether you want to stop and make camp or try to move through the night, or how you want to handle the situation.
Do you want to rest?
Yeah, I want to rest.
Okay. Let's camp up.
Okay. Making a campfire tonight, or
Is this the best terrain we can find?
in this area, you can decide. You know, it's a fairly flat area.
Can we at least see things coming from a while away?
You can see through the trees if you look. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, of course, because the trees offer you some concealment, but also presumably, yeah, maybe somebody could sneak up on you. But you can also see through the gaps in the trees if you're looking.
Yeah. Yeah, we should. But there's nowhere we could back ourselves up against something.
No, not
No.
here. I mean, you can bury yourself in like a thicket or something like that.
Yeah, I guess we could do. I guess we could camp here. Cause you guys didn't lose any health or any spells or anything like that.
No.
So. And a long rest is how long?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Just pretty much overnight where it
So
is.
yeah. So I just need to get. I mean, like partial rest, and I'll just sleep through straight 8 hours. And then let's tie the donkey up under the tree.
Go ahead and you move your characters wherever you want them to be for the night.
I actually, yeah. I say we come under the tree here in the center,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of with the tree
Surround
trunks, just get close to it. I guess.
Yeah.
Do like a little 360, I guess. And then I would say these are all just different trails. Like, where's the main trail orientated through here? Like, if someone was on the main trail, what would their natural direction be coming through upon us?
I'm gonna say it's here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to. That's the main trail. I'm gonna do a line of caltrops, like right through here, like at an angle like this.
Like over here.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I want to put I'll put the bear trap. Let's put this trap right there, just at least get a choke point. So we're kind of unprotected over here, but
Okay.
there's the risky take, I guess.
Is the same guard rotation?
I'm gonna sleep the full 8 hours.
Okay.
Because we're only staying for 8, right?
Sure.
Just so I can get my spells back and
Yeah.
we can keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
I don't think you have to sleep for a long rest though, do you? I think that as long as you're
Rested.
resting, but I don't know for sure.
I think if he's pulling light duty, like a guard duty,
Yeah.
without fighting or anything, I think it's okay.
I think that's,
Okay.
yeah.
Then we can do split it up.
Okay.
I mean, we should. What time is it?
It's still early evening. It's like 8:30. You guys,
Wow.
I'm presuming you stopped about the time it got too dark to see.
Yeah, is it cloud cover?
Yes.
Okay.
You can
So-
see there's this sort of gentle fog moving in. It's not like super foggy, but visibility is limited.
So we should do the 2 dark vision first, and then
Okay.
you can take third. So
Sure.
We'll hope that it'll be later in the morning.
Okay. Who's taking first watch?
I can take the first one because I'm gonna be petting donkey or whatever it is, mule.
Is that what you're calling it now, Ken?
Donkey.
When you touch yourself?
Yeah. I'm calling the mule donkey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pet the donkey,
Yeah. Be right back.
Just like rubbing his ears.
Okay.
Petting donkey.
Yeah.
But do you make a dexterity check for that? Okay, make a perception check.
Perception check. I get a 9, and I will plus 10. 1.
Alright, the visibility is kind of limited to, maybe 100 feet because of the fog. All you really hear is the cicadas and crickets, and, a breeze kind of blowing through the pine trees. And again, you hear the creak of the tree branches in the wind, but nothing that alerts your suspicion.
Alright. I'm just gonna kind of hang out, and then I'm gonna realize at this point that I didn't put the bell up. So I'm gonna take my fishing line, and I'm just gonna do like a piton in the ground and a piton in the ground, and just put the bell in the middle, so I have
Okay.
we have a bell barrier right there. Right here? Yeah, which will alert us to something, here.
It's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah. Something like this. or
Okay.
something.
Cool. Who's next?
Me.
Kiaris. Okay, so you go and wake Kiaris up?
Yeah, I'm gonna wake you up and I'm gonna let you know that this is the weak. I put the bell up, and I'm gonna tell you this is the weak area for defense.
Okay. Sounds good. Do I need to roll a
Perception check.
14?
Okay, so you're sitting there quietly for about an hour, just listening to the sounds of the night, and suddenly you hear this metallic clap, and it sounds like the bear trap closed on something.
I'm trying to see what's going on with the bear trap.
When you look over, you find it's closed on this giant spider, and it just like went right through its thorax, and it's just like bleeding green goo all over, and the little spider legs are like doing one of these numbers, pulling the clucking chicken. It's still technically alive.
Gross. I'm just gonna take my crossbow and see if I can just right through the head and see if I can kill it.
You take a crossbow and you fire off a bolt. It goes
Yeah.
right into the head area where there's the 8 eyes. The black eyes, they're like, each one is like the size of a $quarter, about that big.
Gross.
And the arrow goes right through it, and the spider convulses a few more times, and then it's still.
Okay. Well, spiders really gross me out, so I'm just gonna stay as far back as I can.
Okay, and that's nothing else eventful happens during your guard rotation.
Okay, good, because I left it for you to clean up the trap. I'm gonna wake you up.
Okay. I'm gonna wait about 15 minutes.
Well, either way, I left you a present, so
Nice,
clean
thanks.
it.
So we'll wait about 15 minutes. Hey, Art, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna swat him and go back to bed.
How do you know it's not really your turn? Fine. I'll find someplace and sit.
All right, why don't you make a perception check?
6. 9.
You hear some rustling off in the distance, off in this area, but it could just be animals.
I'm gonna walk over there and go, hey, squirrel. Squirrel with the pipe.
When you walk over there, you see a couple red foxes break bush and they just run away as quick as possible.
I listen.
There's nothing else unusual happening. You know, same normal forest sounds.
I don't know what that is. This is boring.
Eventually, the sun begins to rise.
God. I'm gonna break out some food and start eating.
And at this point, it's dawn. It's starting to get light out.
I'm gonna wake. Hey guys, wake up! I kick R at his ribs. Wake up, R! And then shake Kiara's. Kiara's. Wake
You're
up.
so nice. Alright, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna rub my eyes and ready to eat some food for breakfast.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do in the morning before the final push towards Hispellum?
Just a quick look around to see if there's anything good for me to pick up.
Okay, make another investigation check, please.
9 plus 1, 10.
You find a plant that you believe you recognize from your herbalism guide. It's called adder's tongue. But that's really all you find in this area. I mean, some of these plants in this area are kind of rotted. Maybe it's a low ground, it's hard to say. So that's all you find here.
This is us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call the traps.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're ready to move on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. With that, let's take a 15-minute break.
Awesome.
We'll come back in a few.
Which also gives me turns.
So,
All right. We are back. Guess who's back? Back again. Yes, we're back. Yes, we're back.
Okay, you guys walked throughout the rest of the day, and by afternoon, you've arrived at the ruins of Hispellum. You are kind of at the last covered and concealed position behind some deadfall at the edge of the ruins. At the other end, deeper inside the ruins, you can see the arches that Stefan had described to you before you left Elysium.
Does it look like there's been any recent activity?
No, it looks overgrown. The walls are ruined, falling down, destroyed. Some of them look like maybe they were exterior walls, defensive walls. Some of them look more like they were the walls of like houses or buildings that have collapsed.
Does Donkey look like he's picked up on anything?
The donkey is pensive, but he's been like that the entire trip.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna pet it real quick.
Pet the donkey.
Just like trying to calm it down, rub it behind its ears.
How far ahead does it look like the archway is?
I mean, it's literally whatever it is from
That
where you
distance.
guys are to the other side. So I don't know. What do you think that is? I mean, 250 feet
Yeah.
in 28 millimeter scale.
Okay, so you want to trek forward?
I think that Lord R has something he wants to try real quick.
Yeah, this is the modifier. But it says here, till the end of a turn. What would the turn be if you're not in combat?
1 minute.
1 minute?
Mm-hmm.
But I can only use this 3 times.
No, one. It's you can use it 1 plus, so you can use it 4 times
4 times.
before you have to do a short or long rest. I think.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna use my divine sense to detect the presence of any strong evil or any powerful good.
Strong evil or powerful good.
So anything abnormally evil or anything abnormally good, I can detect on it for 1 minute, and I can also know the location of a celestial
Yeah.
fiend or undead within 60 feet
You're almost around
that is not behind total cover, and I can detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell. I'm not sure.
Okay, so you can detect anything that is inherently good or evil,
Yes.
and any area that has been consecrated by such forces.
It says that this, if you have divine sense, it says the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got to do to cast the spell?
I think I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you cast your spell, and there are 2 things that are immediately apparent to you, the passive and the active. One is that these ruins of Hispellum, they're all consecrated by some sort of evil.
Mm-hmm.
The second is that there is an actual evil presence here.
Does it tell you the location?
It says until the end of the turn, I can know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Within 60 feet.
You don't detect anything that's undead
Okay.
or celestial.
All right. So, but we have no direction. I can't pick up. Yeah, just that there is something.
Well, look,
Yes.
I'm just tired of being outside. I'm just gonna go. I just want to get this and go back to the city. I'm gonna go into stealth. I'm gonna start sneaking along, like the area there.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, why don't we just have everyone roll for initiative now, not that you're under attack, but just to sneak through this area.
I rolled a 1, which means I get to re-roll it. Oh shit. Damn it.
Where'd it go?
8 plus 3, 11.
Let's use yours real quick.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why.
9 plus, what were we doing here? Initiative? What would that be?
Initiative?
Modifier.
I don't think you had anything to your initiative.
No.
Oh, what's he, oh no, I have initiative, it says 2 on mine. Up here, and I have, well, I don't look at the same sheet. as you. I have initiative, it says 2.
Okay.
So I had 12, 12, 2, 14.
12, 11,
11.
I have 9.
Well, you actually had 14, right?
Oh, I guess you're
I
right.
have
Well,
to-
yeah, well, 12,
Plus 2. She had 14, actually.
okay. All right, Kiaris, you can go ahead and move first if you want.
okay, I'm gonna move forward, I'm just gonna jump over these things, and maybe what? It's 30 feet?
Okay, as you're walking, something blots out the sun temporarily. It's like a shadow casts, like a split second eclipse. It's enough to catch your attention.
What the hell was that? Alright.
You look up and you look into the sun, but you don't see anything. Colbus.
Did I notice that
No,
also?
where do you want to go?
No, but I didn't notice anything.
Did he see the shadow?
You guys all noticed the
Okay.
shadow, but you didn't. Whatever it is, you don't
Okay.
know.
So I'm gonna go into stealth. I'm gonna sneak this way.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Holy shit. 9.
Okay.
I rolled 2. I can't roll above.
You're moving heel to foot, trying to sneak. You are in broad daylight, but you walk over to that stone wall. You're trying to hide behind it. Art.
I'm gonna walk Donkey around kind of where he went, just to,
Following Colbus.
yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Assuming he'll see something. I'm not letting me to it.
I'm gonna shift this way towards this bush. And just check around, see if I notice anything.
Okay. Make a perception check.
9 plus perception 4. 13.
You notice those are thorn vines. They can be kind of dangerous if you get too close to them. They could try to pull you in. But
Let's not get too close to it though.
I mean, you can hack your way through them, but it's something you want to be cautious around.
Let's go around it.
Colbus.
Don't touch the vines, guys.
Alright. I'm gonna go this way then. Around this way. Sneaking back there.
Okay. You're trying to sneak again?
Yeah, and I was trying to stay away from those vines.
Okay. Make it a stealth check again.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you successfully hide in the shadows behind the wall.
I'm a ghost.
Mr. R.
I'm going to follow around the wall there with Donkey.
Okay.
I'm just kind of trying to keep Donkey safe and keep him near things, so if something happens, I can kind of,
Okay.
put him up there, post him up next to something.
You guys are all moving cautiously. You're looking around. Again, you hear the sounds of cicadas and bugs, insects humming in the background. The trees are gently swaying in the breeze, and suddenly you hear this sort of and when you look up above the tree line, what you see coming towards you is this massive green dragon.
Oh, hell no.
And he is flying around the ruins, just kind of sweeping overhead. He's not actively looking for you, but he is flying around the ruins, kind of crisscrossing back and forth.
Great. My go?
Yes, sure.
Karis, I have a plan.
It's always good to hear. I'm gonna double back around so that I can come back here behind the wall after I see this giant dragon going on.
Go ahead and make a,
Was there a gap there? Stealth?
yes.
1. God. One time I don't roll well. 3.
It was a 3?
3.
Okay. The dragon comes swooping by you, and he kind of vectors in on you as he passes by. He turns his head, and you can see these yellow eyes with like these slitted cat pupils, and he peels off, and it looks like he's trying to pull a U-turn and come back towards you. You have probably, actually, you have 3 turns before he makes it back to the ruins, because it takes him a hot second to peel off. So that would be 3 turns would be 12, 18 seconds for him to turn around and come back.
I screwed up. We need to get out of here.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you go the other way. Go away from Donkey.
Screw
Bring
donkey.
him next to Donkey. I'm gonna try to bring the Donkey behind.
All right, hold on a second. Kiaris has to complete her turn.
Oh, well, I already had moved this way, so.
Okay, so that's your movement. Are you going to try to do anything?
No,
Okay.
no.
Cole, it's your turn.
He thinks he's so tough. Just look at him.
Oh no.
Just 'cause you're bigger.
Are you talking shit about me?
I'm gonna move like using my tactically superior size. I'm going to find my way into some nook or cranny around the rocks and stay stealth, but not move too far from them.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check again.
18.
All right, so Colbus, you come back through the cracks in the walls and you dive down behind this little chunk of wall, and actually you find yourself face to face with a face. It's a giant elven face, part of a destroyed statue. And you seem to have successfully hidden. Will you roll an 18?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Or what are you gonna do?
How fast can I run with the Donkey?
I'm gonna while he's doing that, I'm just gonna inspect while he's doing his stuff. I'm just gonna inspect the face or around it and stuff, just so you know.
Okay.
Like, could I make it with the Donkey behind this wall?
Excuse me?
Could I make it with the Donkey behind there?
If you initiate your dash as your action,
You could make it from. You could probably just make it. You could probably make it like right over here.
Okay, I'm gonna take Donkey and go over there.
Okay.
Like here? Do I get to make it in here? Or
Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3 turns. All right.
the dragon swoops back around and it knows where Kiaris is, so it's coming down. It comes down low over the ruins with its wings spread wide out. This thing is just a massive adult green dragon. You can see the horns at the back of its head. You can see the scales and the fins rising up on its back. And it breathes its breath at you. It's poisonous breath. And it comes flying towards Kiaris as she tries to duck down behind the wall. And she manages to duck, and the poison breath smashes into the wall, and it just like pushes the wall over, and the bricks land on top of her, partially burying her. I mean, she's not hurt, but these things don't fall from height onto her, but they push onto top of her. And then the dragon swoops right over. You can actually feel the wind in your hair as he passes over you. You guys have 2 turns before the dragon turns back around and comes towards you. It is Kiara's turn.
Is there any? Do I know anything about this art? Like how to hurt it or anything? Like in my world of knowledge, do I know anything about him?
I mean, you all have heard legends about dragons, but none of you have studied them or certainly never come face to face with one before.
How far is Coldest?
What's your one?
Get the equipment though.
Oh, right.
Colbus looks like he's like a
Can't be too far.
65, 70 feet away.
You guys ran too far. Because I could pass without trace all of us and make us invisible.
Well then, yeah, just tell us to come, like, let's meet halfway. Cause you can hold your action, until, like, you can hold your action until,
Everybody's present.
yeah.
Okay.
What are we doing with the action?
So can I move forward too? I'm gonna move
You
forward.
can, yeah, you can move forward.
And I'm gonna tell you guys to get close to me so that I can do pass without trace and make us a veil of shadows and silence radius from you.
Right,
So we're
we'll
pretty
get
much invisible.
Plus 10, yeah.
Yeah, plus 10
stealth.
dexterity. So
Gives you plus 10 to your stealth check.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm gonna move to here then and wait and hold my turn. And then you need to move to us.
Mm-hmm.
run with your donkey.
I'm gonna run with donkey back.
And you probably have to use your turn to dash.
Yeah.
Right.
alright, but now the dragon is coming back to you.
Well, that we haven't taken our we haven't
Done our
completed
action.
our turns yet. We just did the moves. She held her action until we were together. So I think she can still use her action now. We could
Yeah,
her and I
she can use her action.
right before the dragon turns. This is all part of the same round for us, or the same turn for us, basically.
It's technically 2 turns, but I'll allow you guys to co-locate for a moment.
No,
Well,
if she
Actually,
moves,
you didn't have to move Coldus, so that's...
yeah, no, but if she moves and if she holds her action,
Yeah.
It's-
No, I'm tracking that.
okay. I think now.
Okay, so you cast
I'm
Pass
casting
Without a Trace,
pass without trace.
which adds plus 10.
Stealth.
To our
and
stealth.
then a veil of shadow and silence radiance from us.
Yes, so you guys are hidden inside this magical shadow.
Mhm.
It's a shadow that has no actual source,
Right.
but you are hidden inside it. And as the dragon comes flying overhead, you just rolled a natural 20.
Motherfucker.
He definitely spots you. He sees right through the spell. And as he comes down, he makes a claw attack on... Who should I make a claw attack on? I'm going to make a claw attack on R.
Like on donkey.
Not the donkey.
Okay, so...
That'll do.
16.
16 damage.
No, 16 to hit.
He misses.
Misses.
So the dragon comes swooping right over you and comes down with his claw, and the claw like latches and slashes through the hood of your cloak, but you get away clean and unhurt. Your cloak is actually like blown up from the amount of wind created by this guy's wings as he flaps up and speeds away, heading back
Wait,
over the ruins.
He moved through my space, right? So I get an attack of opportunity.
I mean, he's flying over you guys, over the tops of you. I mean,
But if he's close enough to swipe at him, can I swipe? Like, is he moving through? Like,
go ahead and try.
okay, because I want to use booming blade.
Give it a shot.
So if he willfully moves after I hit him, then he takes 1d6 of damage.
Go ahead and try.
For every turn of movement he does.
Just every time I hit him,
Uh-huh.
like if it were a ground-based foe, they would stop moving.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're flying, it's like he can stop dead.
Yeah.
Plus, I get my sneak attack damage, so for another 2d6. So, all right. Anyway, 17 plus 5 is 22.
22 to hit?
Yeah.
It hits.
Okay, 22. And my rapier is 1d8 plus 3, right? 1d8 plus 3 is 8, plus 3 is 11, plus sneak attack, which is 2d6, because people, I have allies by him. So 11, 2d6 is another 5, so that's 16. And then booming blade, which is 1d6 if he willfully moves.
I mean, he is in flight.
Right. So he can't stop him. I mean, yeah. So it's another 1d6 basically. Wait, is it 1d6 or is it not more now that I'm level 3? At 5th level, okay. Oh, it's 1d8. So another 1d8, and it doesn't go up until 5th level. At 5th level. Oh, only another 1. So what was the total then?
17.
17. So because when he takes like thunder damage, 1d8 thunder damage when he moves after getting hit by booming blade.
Okay. You hit him, he seems unfazed by your attack. And he's turning back around. You get the sense it's going to take 4 turns for him to come back around.
So the pass without trace goes for an hour, so we still can roam around. He just has to, does he have to roll against us every time he comes back around? Okay.
Should we try to position ourselves, or should we try to get inside? Or at the very least move under that
Move
arch
close,
so that
yeah.
he can't come directly down on us and we cut off at least 2 angles of approach for him?
It's Kiara's turn.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still listening. I'm sorry, I'm thinking which spell I want to use on you guys. Before I run.
Well, you could dash. You could like double your distance.
Right. I was gonna use 8 on you guys, which choose each target hit max point and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration, so that it would make us, a little bit more durable.
Hardy.
Yeah, and it's for 8 hours, so I might as well. I'm gonna cast that spell on these guys,
Okay.
which is 8. So add 5 to your max points and hit points. And then I'm gonna run forward and just hop behind here. That should be what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Coldest.
Yeah, I'm going to. Even though I have the pass without trace, I'm also going to stealth because I'm not going to be able to make it as far as everybody else. So 25 feet. Where's the ruler?
Right here.
And that's 5 feet per inch.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna run over to this hollow, and
hide inside.
yeah, hide inside. If it's if I don't have to spur, if it's big enough for me to kind of duck in.
Yeah, it's a hollowed out log. You can climb inside there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. R.
Alright, so I'm gonna can I dash to in between the tree and the wall there
Yeah, that seems possible.
with the donkey?
Okay.
Bring him. I'm gonna try to position myself in between these 2 things. Can I move?
Yeah, you can move this a little bit like that.
Yes.
Put yourself in there.
Where are they?
Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to need is all of you to make a stealth check.
Colbus, you're really fucking hidden, so you make one with advantage.
Okay. 19 plus 10 plus 7. So 17 plus 19, 36. Right? Yeah, 36.
2
Plus the 10.
Plus 10,
plus 10.
12.
And then I have my 1 plus the stealth plus 10. So 13.
Okay. Dragon comes swooping back overhead and just crashes through the trees, picks up the donkey in his claws and flies off.
No.
Well, you get an attack of opportunity though, right? With the,
Because he came down right between the trees, you can make an opportunity attack.
I can make an opportunity. Alright, I'm gonna do. So I can save the donkey potentially?
I mean, he has the donkey in his claws as he flies off with it.
Well.
I mean, if you hit him with that, I mean, well, that's Constitution. I'll probably make that. We shouldn't be gaining this, but. Because any of the fear stuff.
oh, I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe try Syrian and see what happens.
Searing? Yeah, I'll do Searing Strike.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hit him in like the claws.
In the claws? Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Let me, can I get a hard surface to put there? Thank you. What is that?
1.
1.
That is a critical failure, which I now go over to my critical failure table.
You killed the donkey.
Kill the donkey.
The donkey catches
But to
on
be
fire.
fair, I don't have a consistent hard surface to
I'm
roll
so
on.
mad.
I need a consistent hard surface.
Alright, or as you swing your broadsword, you miss, you overcompensate, and you actually pull a muscle in your shoulder, and it gives you -1 to hit until you regain any hit points.
-1 to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, well, you still have that plus 5 I gave you, so.
That -1 will go away the second you take any kind of hit. The green dragon, in the meantime, flies off with your donkey in its claws, and he will be back in 1 turn. He's making a really tight turn coming back around on you guys.
With the donkey in his
It's still in its claws, yeah.
Need to rescue the fucking donkey.
Kiaris, it's your turn.
To free.
I think so. I don't have enough strength to do that.
Let me run behind this tree.
Okay. You're gonna try to run right there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's your turn over. Everyone go ahead and make a stealth check again.
24.
11 plus 2 plus 10, 23.
12 plus 7, 18, 29.
Good job, guys.
Okay. Ooh, you made a 1. The dragon passes right over you guys. He's searching. You can see him looking around with his slitted eyes, looking around. He's unable to locate any of you. He passes over the ruins.
Did he pass close enough to hit?
No,
Okay.
he's flying over the treetop level.
Okay.
He banks and he's making another hard turn coming back at you in another 1 turn. Colbus, you're up.
All right, I'm just gonna move to about here then, staying stealth.
Okay.
Because he's over here right now, right? Coming from this angle.
He's coming down.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, guys. Make another stealth check.
14 plus 10, 20, 24, 25.
24.
25, 26, 26.
26.
23.
23.
28.
28.
so he comes through, smashes through the trees here, and he reaches over the wall to attack
Cobus with his claws. And he rolls a 16 as a 27 to hit.
Jeez.
Yeah, that hits.
Two,
I don't think I have anything.
3. 9 points of damage. So he comes over the wall with a claw and he just grabs onto you and just cuts you up real good, Cobus.
How much damage?
9.
Good.
And then he picks back up, he flaps his wings.
Well, when he moves out of my space, I get an attack of opportunity.
It's gonna be tough over a wall, but go ahead and try. Make it with disadvantage. Because you're a small guy.
17? 20. So I guess I gotta take the 17 though, I guess, if it's disadvantage. So it's not a critical.
17 plus what?
17 plus 5, so it's 22.
It hits.
Okay, so so I don't get my sneak attack unless the donkey's an ally. But so I get 1d8 plus 3 plus booming blade for another 1d8. So 1d8, 8 plus 3 is 11, and the booming blade is another 3, so 14. Get some.
All right, you hit the dragon. It flies off. Doesn't seem to really give half a fuck about that. Where the fuck did I put my dice?
Dragon's coming back in 3 turns.
Whose turn is it? R? Yeah.
Can I use a bonus action though on that turn to quaff that potion of greater healing?
Yes.
Okay. Does that? How many points does that give me?
I know I have that on here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Potion of greater healing. 4d4 plus.
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Somebody else can heal me.
I think we. Do you have a smaller healing potion?
Oh, we bought some, didn't we?
Yeah.
What size? Do you remember what size healing potions we bought?
I don't.
I think it's regular.
I was hoping you guys would write that kind of stuff down.
What does a regular healing potion do?
2d4 plus 2.
All right. That's what it is. 4 plus 2 is 6.
R, what's up?
So the dragon's already flying away, so he turns back.
Right.
Also, use 1 point of your lay on hands to heal yourself so that you get your full attack back.
Full attack.
Remember your -1 attack until you.
Right, oh I see, new land hands.
That's a spell.
Yeah, he has 15 points. He has 5 times his paladin level for each between each long rest to basically to heal.
Okay, cool.
So
You're casting this on yourself?
So yeah, so if he only and he uses it as a pool, so
Gotcha.
so he can use as many as he wants. So if he only needs 1 point
You
to heal,
yourself 1 point?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Touch on my shoulder. And can I save, like if I want to make an attack, but there's nothing to attack, like can I hold the attack until he lands with my presence and then get like that plus whatever turn I'm on if I'm on when we land?
You want to wait, I don't know if he's going to land or not, but when he comes by, if you wanted to like move somewhere and then hold your attack with your bow or a spell or whatever and wait for him to show back up in the battle space, so to speak. Yeah. You could do that.
I want to hold an attack with my sword. Like if he comes close, lands again, or if he lands again, or if he comes close to like take a claw at someone, I'm gonna go for him. I'm gonna try to hit him with my longsword.
Okay.
So I just want to hold an attack until like the minute he's in my space.
Okay. He'll have to come into your space though.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it? That's all you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 turns before he's back. Kiaris.
How long's the grappling hook rope?
Like Is it 20 feet? 30 feet?
Is it? I thought ropes were 60 feet, but I can.
Are they?
I
The
thought
silk
so.
ropes are 50. I
Are they
think.
50?
Well, the silk ones are. But
And the hemp rope is the same length. It's just.
I guess it's
It's 50 feet.
50 feet.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
50 feet.
Could I run around this arc with the grappling hook and enough for me to like tie it to the end of my bolt and crossbow and fire it off? But he has to come pretty close.
What are you trying to do?
So I want to run around the thing and tie off the grappling hook and then have the extra rope, the slack of the rope, and then tie it to my bolt, and then I want to fire off my bolt
Oh, I see.
into to him, if I can.
Well, it would take.
I don't know how big that thing is.
Yeah, I think it would take about 20 feet of rope to go around that arch.
So I only have
because
30
it's
feet that I
pretty
can
big.
work with. We just get real close. I'm not gonna do it yet. Okay. I'm gonna just run closer to the other side of the entrance way.
Okay.
The other side.
You want to
Just
be
kind of
over
behind it, yeah.
up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like hiding behind the the
Like
wall.
over in here
Yeah.
somewhere. Okay, I got you. One turn left. Colbus, you're up.
I'm gonna move over towards R, and I'm gonna hide behind him.
Okay, go ahead and move towards him. Kiara, so you can see these are like the walls of the ruins that go deeper inside.
Okay.
Okay, everyone go ahead and make a stealth check again.
26.
20.
34.
26, 34. Okay.
All right. This time he comes down. He spots R right here, and leans down on the wall and looks over you. And he reels back. He looks like he's about to breathe his poison breath spray. And at that point, you have an attack ready. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I'm doing Searing Strike. 7 plus 5. 12.
12.
Wait, plus 8, which is how many? 2? Didn't you cast 8 earlier?
I did
Yeah.
crash 8,
And
yeah.
how much is that? Plus what?
5.
Plus 5?
Well, if using the spell slot 3rd level or higher, target hit points increased by an
Oh,
additional
okay.
5.
I'm sorry, that's hit points. Never mind.
So what's your total?
Just
hit?
12. With the attack with the sword here.
Yeah, there's 12.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah.
All right, you swing that sword and miss by a mile.
Okay.
The dragon, meanwhile, he's gonna come back. He comes in and he tries to bite you. $26.
26. Okay.
To
It's a
hit.
hit, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, hits. 11 points of damage. He takes a bite out of your arm, and you have like teeth marks inside in your arm before he picks back up and flies off and knocks down some trees in the process. Godzilla some trees.
Oh wait, I get I mean I get
He wasn't within range of you. He was on top of the wall. He didn't enter your space. And he's coming back around.
Wait, so he got a move and attack and another move, or that he could take off after?
He's flying by. Yeah, I mean, he flew in, took a bite out of R, and flew off.
So there's 2 moves.
I mean,
Right, but yeah.
Whatever
swooping.
his total movement is, you know, he can fly.
Oh, yeah, he didn't stop. So
He can fly 80 feet per turn.
So whose turn was it now? R had his in reserve.
But that was because he was attacking.
Right.
So it would be.
Well,
my
I
turn.
ran back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you went behind me, so it would be my turn.
It would be your turn? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get an action. That's fine. All right.
So does it look like does that path lead into something?
Yeah, it leads into the ruins. They're actually, you know, it's like leading down into a hallway into the ruins of what was probably a castle at one point. You can see the walls are falling down. Some places have a roof over it, some don't. It's just it's a mess.
It looks like more cover in there.
For sure.
Yeah. So we should probably run over there. I'm gonna run inside there.
Okay, you're gonna make a dash.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and move.
With the mirror. Yeah.
I mean, I think you can make it over to where Kiaris is. Yeah.
Were we here?
I'm on the other side of the wall.
Okay, there.
Okay. R. Okay, the dragon is coming back again. He's flying back over. Make another stealth check.
16.
16 total.
12. I gotta start rolling.
21.
14. What was yours?
21.
12.
I'm sorry, 14 plus. $21.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not firing at all pistons.
Okay, so he comes swooping down again, and he tries to get you with his claws.
Wait, so he came in, he attacked R, he took off, and he came back in again before I could move or attack, do anything?
He came back at 1 turn.
Yeah, I'm rolling for turns that you guys have before he swoops back around on you.
Okay.
All right. He's
So, all right.
gonna go. 13. I'm sorry. 23 to hit.
Okay, yeah, he hits.
He's gonna get you with a claw attack. 4, 8. 14.
All right, I'm down.
Colbus is down and bleeding out, and this guy looks like he's turning back around in 1 turn. You guys have to try to save this guy, or you're up.
Wait, how many points did he do? How many points of damage did he do?
It was 8, 14.
Actually, I have 1 point left.
You have 1 point left? Okay, back up on your feet. R, your turn.
What can I see down that hallway there?
Looking down the hallway, it goes straight for a little bit longer, and then it makes it would be like a left turn.
A left turn, but it's like all like built up.
In some places it's open, some places there's overhead cover.
Okay. I guess we should we just start moving that way?
Where? I'm sorry, into where the archway is?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see, make sure he gets out of there.
Okay.
So I'll just, yeah.
Kiaris.
What are you at?
I haven't had a turn in a while. I don't know.
Are you dead? You're not
No,
dead.
no, I'm not dead.
How low are you?
I'm down to 1 hit point.
I'm gonna toss him my. I need you to come out here. Yeah. So I'm gonna come out closer. Damn, he's gonna come out right now. He's got one shot. There's one shot. He's coming in. He's coming back in 1.
Yes. He'll be back any second now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come out right in front of the archers. I'm gonna throw you a healing potion. Catch it.
I mean, I can't.
Do anything.
If I use it, then I can't dash.
Oh.
You can take, no, you can't. You can use that as
A
An
bonus
action.
a bonus action. Like, I'm not interested in like taking like entire turns to drink potions and stuff. So,
Right.
I mean, if you just want to take it, you take it. It's fine.
But I'm gonna ready my I have the wand of missiles. So I'm gonna be ready for when he comes back around with the wand of missiles. But yeah, so that'll be my movement action.
Okay. Dave, you want to make a stealth check?
Sure. 1, so I reroll. 18 plus 10, 28 plus 7, 35.
This asshole actually rolled a 20. Oh, as he flies down again, he is.
Do I get a turn at all? I haven't had a turn yet, though. How many turns in a row does he get before I get a turn?
Because he's been fucking just circling back around and circling.
Yeah, but so he just keeps on going until what I'm saying is, I mean, is there still like initiative? Is there still an order of?
Yes, it's just interrupted because it's randomized by how this guy's flying around.
Well, I was gonna sit and try to get him to come towards me by standing out front.
Okay.
But if he's going towards
That's
you, I
fine.
can't do anything.
He was heading towards you. You want to try to distract him or
Yeah,
something?
that's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
That's why I stepped out front.
What are you trying to do?
Nothing. Well, I was hoping if he gets close enough, I was gonna fire off the wand of missiles, but that was not.
No, I'm
Yes,
just
my
asking
action
how many
didn't happen.
turns in a row he gets before I get a turn. Because this is his 3rd turn in a row without me having.
Because I keep rolling ones with a D4.
Right. But so he
Did we
gets.
skip him?
So yeah, I've been getting skipped. So the thing is it takes him 1 round to come back, but I should still get a turn in that round, right? Or one
turn.
I haven't had 1 turn. I haven't had a turn. He came in, attacked him, took off, came back, attacked me, took off, come back, attacked me. I haven't had a turn in that entire time.
How are you getting skipped over in the initiative order?
I don't know. You just keep on going back to the dragon. I haven't had a chance to. Like I said, the last thing I did was sneak up behind him. Then the dragon came down, attacked him, then took off. Then came down, attacked me, took off, and has now come back. And I haven't had an action or a move since then.
I don't know. If somehow I'm like totally skipping you over, you guys had to like jump in and remind me.
Well, that's what
I don't
That's what I
fine.
tried to do last time. Is like, the dragon came in, attacked him, and took off, but I didn't get a turn after that.
All right. Well, take your turn now.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna run and dash. So
Okay.
double my movement, which where's the ruler? So
Yeah, I think
You should just get to the
yeah.
entrance, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you guys make it back into the ruins.
Jesus Christ, this dragon.
Oh, geez, you do that?
Yeah, it was
There's
the.
a meaning on it.
Uh,
All right.
You wanna remove it all?
All these pieces, yeah. Put the gates right up here. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Friggin' dragon.
There you go.
Alright, so this is the scene that greets you as you move into the ruins. You can hear the dragon flying overhead, but he's not attacking you. You've kind of lost him.
So, does there appear to be any danger right here?
Make a perception check.
Which potion did you throw?
I have 9.
Healing.
What, a regular one?
The ones,
10.
yeah, the regular one.
A 10?
10.
What was that, 2d4 plus 2?
I think so.
You don't see anything offhand. No. We'll keep going in the initiative order. So it's Kiaris, Colbus, R. And so R, you just went Kiaris?
Okay. He
Unless
said,
you want to move.
No, I'm good right now.
Okay.
you sense nothing, you said? Right?
He didn't pick up anything.
Mhm.
Imminent danger.
I'm gonna move forward just a little bit. Kind of creep around the corner. Do I see anything around the corner?
Okay.
Just staying behind the wall though.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
Okay. You hop back.
Just as the floor falls out from under you. You jump backwards. And the floor falls away. And there's just a water pit underneath you.
Good thing I went first.
Colbus.
Well, I need to heal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the potion, I guess. Well, do you guys want me to use the potion, or does somebody just want to heal me and then we'll take a rest?
I can heal you, but then I won't be able to use it later, I
Well,
guess.
that's what I'm saying, we're gonna take a rest.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can rest if you want.
Yeah. I want to find a place to take a good rest.
What's your healing?
1d8 plus spell casting modifier. Oh, so then, I mean, if we're taking a short
Wait,
rest,
if we take a long rest, actually,
it'll we go back again.
yeah.
So then, let's take so 1d8. What's plus 8? This one. 8? We're gonna take a long rest, right?
Are you guys good with that?
Cool with that? And then, let's see here. 4 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
Yeah, just keep in mind that guy, that green dragon is still out there flying around looking for you. He doesn't know where you are now.
Right.
But
Yeah. So that's 4 or 5. I give you 5.
Your wisdom is.
Oh wait, hold on. When you cast a spell using slots level 2 or higher, the healing increases by 1d8 for each slot. Ah. So I'm a 3 now, right? 1d8, so that was 4, 2, 6, and then I'm not one of the 7. 3. So was it 4, 5, 6, plus 3,
9.
plus 1 more.
10.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I did that. Okay. Okay. What do you guys want to move a bit and then take our long rest, or go back in a little bit?
Oh, move further in so that he can't get to us.
Yeah,
You have to do that and just hang out in that corner. Hopefully
Okay.
nothing comes that way.
yeah. How can we get across that?
you can. It's a 15-foot jump, so that's pretty long.
Is it a pit?
Yeah, it's a pit. It goes down like maybe 8 feet into the water.
Grappling hooks? Well, I don't want to get in the water.
What's along the wall and the ceiling?
It's ruined walls, you know, there are hand and foot holes, you could probably find a way to scurry across.
Do we stop where the donkey's gone? I think we didn't put the bag on the donkey.
Yeah, good thing we didn't do that.
Yeah, that was a tasty treat for the green dragon. Sorry, Ar.
I'm gonna try to climb across
Okay.
in the handholds. Yeah. Climb across to the other side.
Alright, go ahead and make a dex check.
Do you still have the,
18.
oh,
Okay.
You managed to get to the other side. Wait, are you going across this wall or that wall?
The far wall. Mhm.
Okay. You get to the other side, but when you touch down the other side, you see lumbering towards you a couple of skeletons.
oh, shit.
And then I'll tell you also what you see the dungeon generally heads like that in that direction.
Coldest. Or your turn.
I'm gonna just try to swim across the thing.
You're gonna try to shimmer across also?
Yeah. Or I'm gonna try to swim across it.
Maybe you should throw a rock in there to make sure nothing's down there.
Yeah.
So you wanna jump down into the water and climb up on the other side?
Yeah, man. I don't think I have the dexterity
If
to.
we're in plate armor,
Yeah.
we need to figure something else out.
Huh.
Well, I mean, what if we threw the grappling hook and let it hook on, and then you can climb up it?
Yeah. I'll just pass my turn, 'cause unless you're gonna give me the grappling, and I'll throw it to you. But you're not the type.
I thought we had 3 grappling hooks.
I mean, you're gonna pass on your turn?
I don't have a grappling hook,
Well, I'll just give you my grappling hook.
so I'm just gonna throw it. Like, is there already a line across?
No, not yet.
No.
So you would have to toss it across to make sure you hook the line.
You might be able to toss it up into the roof, into the rafters, and swing across.
Yeah, I'll try that. I'll tie a knot in the end so I can swing the rope back to you.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
2.
Is that still with our plus 10? Oh, no, that's stealth dexterity.
Yeah, that would be for a stealth check.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wing the grappling hook and it actually falls down into the water pit.
Okay.
I mean, you're still holding on to the other end of the rope, but
Right.
Kiaris.
I'm gonna try the same. I'm gonna take the hook and I'll take a
Okay.
turn at it. 7 plus 2. 9.
9. You get the grappling hook, you wing it up into the ceiling, but it doesn't secure on anything.
We might have just screwed you over.
Colbus, do you want to make a stealth check to see if you remain hidden?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 plus 7, 13. Oh, plus 10, 23.
What was it?
23?
23? Okay. Yeah, you definitely remain hidden from these skeletons. They're just lumbering undead, not very perceptive at all. You can take your turn, whatever it is you want to do.
I watched them both struggle to throw a grappling hook. I climb back across the wall to back to their side, grab the grappling hook from Ara's hand, and toss it up into the rafters.
Okay, make a dex check.
16 plus 5.
Okay. You get the grappling hook up into the rafters, it secures.
And you're over on this side now.
That's hilarious. The smallest guy gets the gun.
Don't be sizist.
Tactically superior size.
He's not small, he's fun sized.
He's fun.
Okay, well I'm done.
Okay.
Okay.
The skeletons, meanwhile, are moving around here incoherently.
R.
I have no idea. I saw the grappling hook
Don't go yet.
because I don't know.
If you want, we could try to fight them from here. I have like Sacred Flame, which my range is 60 feet. And I still
Yeah.
have like the wand of missiles and all that shit. So,
Okay.
think we could lower them into the water so they drop in?
Possibly. Yeah, let's just. I don't have a bow anymore, so we can give a bow. I'll just turn my attack to you because I don't have anything to really.
I hand my bow to R.
Alright, and I'm gonna rack an arrow and shoot one of the skeletons.
Okay. Make an attack. I mean, without proficiency, if you don't have proficiency with the bow.
I have a bow. I don't know if I have proficiency. Where?
Probably should. Maybe not. Let me see.
No, yeah. Because as an elf, you'd think there would be something.
All armor, all shields, simple weapons, martial weapons. So he should have a bow.
Yeah.
Okay. 5. And is there a plus attack bonus in a bow? In your bow?
I mean, it would be a dex. No.
Yeah, just a 5.
Just a 5.
Plus proficiency, right? You're proficient.
Oh, it's so okay. Plus, so it'd be 7. Yes, 7.
Alright, that does not hit.
Take back my bow.
Kiaris.
I'm gonna toss Sacred Flame
Okay.
towards, I guess, the first guy.
Okay.
The one closest. That is a 1d8 radiant damage. Oh, you have to succeed in dexterity saving throw though, or take a
Okay.
1d8.
4. So he takes full damage.
3.
Doesn't do more to undead.
Okay, so
It doesn't say anything about undead.
skeleton 1 takes 3 points of damage. The flame blasts into his shield and knocks him backwards and hurts him, but not
Enough.
enough to kill him, enough to hurt him. Colbus.
Mm-hmm. Are either of the skeletons wearing anything, like any pouches or anything like that? Do they have any?
They are wearing like some like leather armor scraps, and that's really about it.
Can I use Mage Hand? So part of the grappling hook is in the rafters. Can I use Mage Hand to like, not as a weapon, but just like, because it can move 30 feet, I think.
So you can move it to the other side of the water trap,
Right. Can I move it around the skeleton?
like around behind him.
Yeah, and then back towards me.
No, there wouldn't be enough movement for that. You could reach out and grab him. I think.
Yeah, you can reach out and grab the guy.
I don't know if I can do that with Mage Hand. I was trying to,
Just make a swipe at him.
yeah, I was trying to take a swipe at him with the other end of the rope from the grappling hook. All right. I'm gonna take Kira's grappling hook and throw it at the nearest skeleton.
Okay, make it.
Kira's, yeah, because
Here's my grappling hook.
oh, that's not good. 6. You said Dex.
Yeah.
So it'd be 6 plus 5. No. 6 plus 3, 9.
All right, you throw the grappling hook and it bounces off his shield.
Okay.
R.
Alright. I'm just gonna like pick up a rock and throw it at them.
Okay.
It works.
Improvised.
I think I have that on here.
It's probably 1d4.
Yeah, make a dexterity check.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a. Yeah, roll a d6.
Square.
One.
There are these things
Oh,
called
yeah.
dice trays.
Yeah, I gotta get one.
Yeah. Okay, so you hit him with a rock and he's stunned for a half second. Does a little bit of damage, but nothing too serious.
Alright.
Kiaris.
Can I get the d6? I'm gonna do burning hands. So it shoots out a 15-foot, like a cone. And you have to make a dexterity saving throw. If it's 3d6 if you fail, or half if you succeed.
Okay, I have to make a dexterity saving throw. 3, 5, minus 2 to each. So I'd say they both fail.
I don't think I'm getting that one.
Okay, go ahead and
So
roll your
2d6.
damage.
2, 7, plus 4, 11.
All right, you shoot the cast the spell,
And this guy just goes up in flames and dies immediately. And this one is just burning. He lost a hand.
and he looks like he's on the brink as well.
My turn? I'm gonna shoot an arrow at him.
Okay.
14 plus 5 is 19.
It hits.
1d6 plus 3. 4. 4 points of damage.
4. Okay, you shoot the arrow, and it goes into the skeleton's eye socket and just through the skull and pins it to the back of the wall and kills him.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
R, you're up.
Alright, so, I mean, can we take a rest here, or are we gonna try to get over the water?
I mean, if you want, I guess it seems pretty safe. We went through a million rounds, and this dragon hasn't come here yet.
I'd say let's go over the water just so the dragon doesn't just like breathe poison through the entrance and kill us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what if we go, well, first we have to get over the water, which is then difficult.
Well, the grappling
then
hook
we
is
can
still
get-
hanging there.
It's still
so I
there?
guess we can-
Okay. I said we just swing across then. I'll swing across. I'll try swinging across.
Well, the grappling hook's from the top.
But there's like a rope hanging down?
Mm-hmm.
It's a rope.
Yeah, someone grab
Okay.
a
Oh,
rope
okay.
and
I'm not going to make all of you guys do dex checks. Do you want to, all three of you want to swing across to the other side?
Yeah.
All right, so one by one.
You guys swing across like Indiana Jones, across the chasm, and ride on the other side.
Is there anything on the skeletons?
Rotted armor, rusty swords, rusty shields.
Okay. You guys want to move out of line of sight of the door and then take a long rest?
Sounds good.
On that tree?
Yeah, there are enough ruin. The walls are ruined enough that in some places you could crawl back outside if you wanted. Not that I think you. I don't know if you want to or not, but I'm just pointing out that you probably could pass from one side to the other if you wanted to.
So like there's cover there by the tree? Or,
Yeah, and there's cover behind the walls.
yeah,
You know,
but overhead too? Like in the corner?
and so yeah, in that corner we'll say yes. There's some overhead cover that the stone ceiling is at least somewhat intact.
Yeah. So I mean, we could like go firm since we don't dock anymore. We could just like get up against the wall, like with our cloak, like Lord of the Rings style. If they're all dirty at this point, we can kind of like blend in with the wall.
Does your Pass Without a Trace spell continue after
It's
combat?
for an hour. Yeah, it just says up to an hour.
But it doesn't have any caveats like if you engage in combat. It's
Is it
lost.
concentration?
What does that mean?
No, it's fine.
It just says for an hour.
Yep.
Okay. I think it's still within an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but we'll take it long enough.
All right. Where are you moving to, or what are you doing?
Just coming down here, like, what do we see down that way? I'm gonna stealth over there.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
27.
Okay. So you definitely remain hidden. Can you pass me some stone walls, please?
That's another short one.
Yeah, please. Thank you. It appears, empty at the moment. There's nothing down there.
Okay, do you guys want to camp right here then?
Oh, we just
Yeah.
can't there. The corner.
Actually, use this corner piece here. Okay.
Okay.
Move yourselves where you want to be.
I'm gonna take the little shields from the skeleton and just like dig it into the ground. Create like a little barrier for us. If it can fit in between the stone slabs.
I'm actually gonna. I have this corner here, but I'm assign that.
Okay, so you guys are commandeering those two shields.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For now.
Are you gonna have a guard rotation?
Just split in thirds. 8 hours, thirds, and
Yeah.
I can take first.
Well, do you need to? Who needs to rest the most?
I have 11 points of damage.
I don't think I've had any damage, so I can rest first if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do.
I mean, I can watch first. Sorry.
It's still like somewhat daylight out, right? So
Right.
yeah, I'll take the last one, dark.
Okay.
Okay. Who's taking the first watch?
I am.
Okay. Make a perception roll, Lily.
3 plus 4, 7.
7?
Yep.
Okay. You begin nodding off as you're asleep, and when you come to, you see these two spiders creeping towards you guys.
Holy fuck. I screamed at the guys to wake up. There's spiders here. Do I have an action?
Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Everybody or just her?
All of you at this point.
2 plus 2, 4. Damn.
21.
What did you two roll?
I have 6.
4.
Okay, Cole, this your first.
I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna wait until they get closer. I'm gonna, stay hidden around that corner there.
Oh wait, do they see us?
They're
No.
creeping towards you. It's not like they're making a beeline towards
Right.
you, or if they're trying to sneak up on you. That's not totally clear.
Right.
I hit it or slept around that corner just for, just to sneak attack somebody if they came around. So I'm staying stealth and holding my position, waiting for, whatever it is, because I don't know, but to come within striking range.
You're just holding your attack.
Mhm.
Okay.
their movement, 40 feet. Okay. So both of these spiders come creeping up towards R and Lily, and they're both gonna attack.
Okay, as soon as one passes me, I'm gonna attack them.
You're gonna make your attack? Okay. Go ahead and make your attack with advantage, because you're in a flanking position.
One, so I re-roll that one, so.
Well, there's no, before you re-roll, you can attack with advantage to see.
Yeah, but what I mean is the one I get to re-roll anyway.
Oh, I gotcha.
So 14 plus 5 is 19.
It hits.
So I'm going to do 1d8 plus 3 plus 2d6 and 2d6. So, okay. So 7 plus 3 is 10. Plus 2d6 is 16, and then booming blade. So if he moves from wherever I hit him, he'll take 1d8
All right.
for one turn.
So, Coldus, you strike from the shadows and come out and sink your blade into the spider and just kill it immediately, and it rolls up onto its back and lets spider legs curl in on itself.
Karis, did you see that?
That was pretty amazing.
The other spider is going to attack R.
I keep on saying Karis.
I don't know. It's fine.
Karis.
18 to
I'll
hit.
answer to either.
Hmm?
I'll answer to either.
Miss.
Okay,
I feel like
misses.
my character.
R, it's your turn.
I'm gonna do Searing Strike, my longsword, 15 plus 5, so 20.
Hits.
And then, nice keep going. Can I get a D6 and a D8?
Yeah.
D6,
So it's gonna be 1D8 plus 3. Okay, so it's gonna be 5 plus, so it's gonna be 6 damage.
6 damage.
It's Searing Strike though, right?
Yeah. With D8 plus 3, yeah.
And it's on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it'll take a D6 on its next turn.
If it fails, is it wisdom or constitution?
Constitution.
If it fails constitution.
Okay. Cool. So R, you swing with your broadsword and you cut a couple of legs off of the spider, but it's still alive. Kiaras, it's your turn.
I'm gonna take my mace, just slam down right on top of it.
Oh, I could roll your attack.
15.
That hits.
And then 1d8, which is my 8. 5.
Okay. You hit it with a mace, and it is like hurt seriously bad. It's like limping around now. There's just like spider goo going all over the place, and it's like reaching out with its
plus 3.
fangs.
Is it what I just threw plus 3? This is damage plus 3.
Yeah, it's going to be 1d8 plus 3, right?
Oh, so add 3 to that.
Okay, so it's limping towards R with his black fangs out, hissing, and it just keels over and dies.
Nice.
You have 2 dead spiders at your feet, giant spiders, but giant. That was the giant wolf spider.
I'm going to finish our rest.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
That way we get more of our,
Okay.
have to replenish my spells.
You're gonna try to go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Coldus, go ahead and make your perception check.
7 plus 10.
Okay, you hear the dragon flying overhead, but other than that, you don't hear or see anything else.
Okay.
R?
Just perception. 17 plus 1, 18.
Alright, you see another giant spider walking across the wall, and it just goes into a hole in the wall and disappears.
So is that the 8 hours technically then?
No, that's like 6 hours right there. So unless you want to wait another 3, 6, 7, yeah. Do you want hard shift?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception roll.
16.
Okay. No, you don't hear anything else. You even stopped hearing the dragon, and at this point it's night. Darkness has fallen over the ruins of Hispellum.
Okay. So what are you thinking, guys?
You want to call for the night?
Yeah. I wrote this paper at midnight, or at like 2 or 3 words.
Okay. All right. I will cheat you guys just a little bit forward
Okay.
as you.
Walk deeper into the ruins. What you see is goes on a little bit further, and then there is, where is it? There's an entranceway, and what you see inside is a set of steps
Going deeper into a chamber further down.
The text with my camera, because my camera sucks.
Is there anything you guys want to do before we close it out for the night?
Not for me.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, that was a fun one. Threw a lot of stuff at you guys. An ogre, a green dragon, a fucking squirrel with a pipe.
Which was an interesting one.
Skeletons, spiders.
And Barry's Omar.
That was a good one, though.
That was cool though.
Yeah.
And the squirrel would come with us.
I mean, do you guys like these types of games where it's just like a lot of combat?
Yeah. The whole.
Action.
I think Murder Hoboing is fun. Just I like it when I get a turn also.
Well, I put the